Hello, it's Dolly and I am back with Multi-Photo Monday. I am using crepe paper Journey collection and I pre-selected 3 sheets of that collection. And I end up using only the 1 sheet of paper that I'm showing you here, which is Free Spirit. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what I selected because I wasn't sure what I was going to use. And then, of course, that's the B side. And then this is named from Crepe Paper Journey. This one is Route or Route, whatever part of the country you come from. So anyway, that's the B side. And then this is the Crepe Paper Journey. And this is Happy Camper. Both Happy Camper and Root paper I place back into my stash to be used later. I am definitely keeping those 2 sheets of paper, but I just don't use them on this layout. So now I'm showing you that I'm going to cut the branding strip of this paper. And in the meantime, I am using my Cricut to cut out a die cut of a dream catcher. I cut out that smaller one that you see on the upper left-hand corner of this video, but it was too small, so I cut out a larger one, and it is on the Cricut design site. All right, so I fold that paper diagonally in half, crease it really well. I get out my Tim Holtz center ruler to help me stay on the crease line as I rip the paper. And I loved both sides of the paper, so I wanted to see both sides on my layout for my layout and displaying my photographs. So I will place those 2 together and I'll come back and you'll see that I'm showing you how the layout is gonna look. Now I am going to watercolor this dream catcher. So the first color I get out is my Tim Holtz Mini Distress Paint, which is that fired brick. And I use a round tip paintbrush. And you can't see my water over to the right, but I have a little jar of water, and every so often I will dip my paint. But I cut out all the clips. I just show you a small clip, of each color that I use. So right here, I'm using the Mermaid from the Jane Davenport watercolor collection, and you can purchase that at Michael's. Now here I go quickly. I finished watercoloring the feathers, and now I am using the wild honey to do the little strips next to the feathers, not the die cut with the jewels. So I go through and use that. Oh, and the 12 by 12 white paper that I used to cut out my dream catcher came from Close to My Heart. And I love it. I didn't have to even prep that paper, no gesso, no nothing. And it took the watercolor and the water beautifully. It did not even warp. So now I'm using fossiled amber to do the center of the dream catcher. And then in a minute, I'm going to show you this deco color, and it is an oil-based opaque metal paint marker. And it has like a square tip, and you just hold it sideways. But when you first use it, you just shake it up and then you press on it. It's beautiful. So now this is how I'm laying out the layout. It's all taped down. And now I'm grabbing my Open Road chipboard, which is from Crepe Paper. It is a collection that came out before the Journey collection. I have this yellow camera that I was trying to tie in the yellow in the dream catcher. I'm sorry that I'm stumbling over my words today. I get my Tim Holtz scissors and cut off the flash because it doesn't match. But anyway, it didn't work. So then I grab an old 3x4 card and I cut it and use the word beautiful. And the other portion I tuck in over in the upper left photograph. You'll see that shortly. All right, I decide that I like the beautiful down here. I try to bring in that yellow camera again, and it's just not going to work. So I grab another 3x5 card that had already been cut that was in my stash, and I tuck that under beautiful. I know I'm ahead of myself, but it's going to go quickly. There it is. And the green in that matches the green well with the Journey collection. In the upper left corner, you see that I have some dies and wood veneer, or ephemera pieces, I'm sorry. And that is from the Journey collection. And I just have a few out. And you're going to see me sift through that here in a minute. And I'm going to take a pink tab and tuck it in under the beautiful and that other, and it helps bring some of the pinks and red in the photograph, which those photographs were taken at an exhibit at the High Desert Museum in Central Oregon. I get my Lawn Fawn foam words and I use amazing. Now I'm getting into my sequence, and you see the cluster up there in the left. So that's part of the beautiful word that I cut paper. Then from that ephemera pack, I got 2 other die cuts and tucked them in. I'm putting black sequins up there, and then I will have gold sequins down there by beautiful and amazing. But I think I cut that clip out. I apologize, but you'll see it in the finished layouts. So now I'm thinking, okay, I need to tie in some more gold in my layout. So I grab my Heidi Swap Gold Shine and I tap it up there in the left, and then over in the lower right, I'm just making sure I'm happy with how many drops I have. You really can't control sometimes how large your little drops are. And so I'm satisfied there. Then I decide I need something in the center of that dream catcher because I wasn't able to bring any like yellow, only gold. So that's that focus. There is, trying to get the gold and the yellow all in on this layout. And I think I did a good job. I know the yellow and the black stand out in that dream catcher and not so much the photographs, but the photographs are not that well. It was dark in there, and then you've got the glass and so forth. But I did want to document this memory of being there at the exhibit and seeing these beautiful jewelry and dolls and moccasins and their war gear or dance gear I can't think of what they're called. I apologize. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Please follow the other ladies' links that I have listed below and hit the bell button to be notified when our posts go up next Monday. And we are doing this for the month of September. Here are my close-ups. And again, I appreciate every one of you, and thank you for stopping by, and thank you for subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.